Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe, and we're producing this episode of the show for Forbes, where I'm a contributor covering social entrepreneurship and impact investing. Our guests today are Dr. Joseph Louro, CEO of Investview, and Vince Molinari, who's been on our show before, who is the CEO of Gate Global Impact, a company that was just acquired by Investview. So welcome all to the show.
Hey, Devin, thanks so much for having us.
Thank you very much for having us.
We're great. We're so thrilled to have you. It's an interesting moment in time here. I want to start with you, Joe. Would you explain a little bit about why you were interested in acquiring an impact investing crowdfunding platform? That's a little bit out there in the universe of finance. Why was that an interesting acquisition for you?
You know, it's interesting you say that, but when you look at financial services and what the future would be like, Gate meets all the criteria. Gate Global Impact is the tree to meet under for private equity, for individual investors, for retail brokers. And when you look at the title, Gate Global Impact, or the description, to make an impact, that's what it's all about right now. Investors are interested in making a social impact along with getting a great return on their investment. I believed, as the CEO of Investview, well, we turned our company around, and we made us, we're a New Jersey-based financial services company, and we operate, you know, through our wholly and majority owned subsidiaries, and now Gate Global Impact is one of those. And we provide financial products and services to the accredited, to the self-directed, and to the selected financial institutions. Gate Global Impact provides that platform, Devin, for private equity, as I said, for retail brokers, and it is the most differentiating product I had ever seen at the helm of the almost 4 years at the helm of Investview. I think Gate Global Impact is a game changer. When I met Vince, I said, you know, Vince, this is the ultimate compromise. This brings, you mentioned the crowdfunding type investor. Then you have the accredited investor. You have the compliance issues are addressed, the clearing issues are addressed, and you have the impact investing issues are addressed. And this is all brought together on one platform, one tree to meet under, and it meets all the regulatory concerns that crowdfunding investors had an issue with and some fear, because crowdfunding is significant to get individual investors involved in private equity. But when you have the ability to scrutinize and meet those compliance issues, I just think that is the most differentiating product we had ever seen at Investview. So that's where our interest lied.
It is an exciting place. I couldn't agree with you more, actually. But Vince, let me ask you the parallel question. Why were you interested in partnering with Investview? How does that advance your strategic objectives at Gate Global Impact?
You know, it's a great question, Devin, and there's so much. You know, Joe Louro's put together an awesome organization with multiple acquisitions that are so synergistic and reinventing the way financial services are going to be conducted. You know how we feel at Gate Global Impact about delivering an impact, changing the way people think about investing. For profit creates sustainability, which leads to opportunity, economic prosperity, and we deliver good societally, environmentally on a cause-related basis. When we looked at Investview, it helped us bring product and exposure to the mainstream investment community. And a couple of quick points, Devin, and I can go on for days, and you know that, but we looked at the education platform that Investview has historically had, repositioning some of that to deliver education, information, and data around impact investing to the investment community. Very empowering. That education, we call it actionable knowledge, speaks directly to investor protection. Now when you take other products like Vickery Brown around ETFs and UITs that Investview also owns, now think about distributing an impact investing ETF or a UIT. It hasn't been done before. So we have tremendous demand that's now perked up in the marketplace for impact product, and we don't necessarily have it. So we hope to be at the forefront of moving some of those initiatives forward.
Well, I think your assessment that there is a lot of demand for this product is absolutely right. And it is interesting to be thinking about educating investors. The Jobs Act has specific requirements, especially for ordinary or non-accredited investors, doesn't it?
Well, absolutely, Devin. And you know we've been advocating for the Jobs Act, and I was the first co-chair of CIFRA. You know, we do have stagnation with crowdfunding under Title III, and I think that's going to continue for a while. But I think what we have at the moment that is so actionable is Title II, the ability to generally solicit, advertise the intersection of social media and financial services. That's the game changer. And we will have crowdfunding for securities. It might take a little bit longer on the federal level, but let's get it right. But you know what? Let's start looking at the intrastate initiatives for crowdfunding. Let's begin to move the needle, and let's demonstrate that this is a viable marketplace.
Great points. Now, Vince, why do you think the SEC is moving so slowly on Title III? It's hard to attribute the problem at this point to administrative issues. It seems to be policy or strategic. What do you think is going on?
You know, Devin, we've spent so much time with the SEC over the last couple of years, as you know, and they've been extraordinarily engaging with the community. And they sought information. I just think, you know, they're stuck in this difficult position as we have some sand in the gears of how do you begin to integrate social media, new distribution channels, protect investors while creating opportunity for capital formation and prosperity and people to generate wealth. So it's we're in the first inning. It's incredibly painful right now, but I know when we look at over the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to have reinvented our capital formation process for the best.
Now, there is a lot anticipated in the Jobs Act that seems to be directly related to the broader Investview business. As I think about that, some of the rules and regulations, that it anticipates the possibility of secondary trading. It contemplates all kinds of things that you're doing. Joe, how do you see the Jobs Act and the broader Investview activities fitting together?
Well, the first question you would ask me is why we were interested in GATE. After hearing Vince speak in this space and answering your question, you can see why I think Vince is one of the definitive experts when it comes to the Jobs Act in this space. And because of what the concerns we had going forward, we believe we needed someone like Vince at GATE to handle that issue you just brought up, the influence and how the Jobs Act would affect us. Listen, it's all about, Devin, it's all about educating people, whether it's to bring them together, as I said before, under the tree to invest in impact investing type situations, but look at what we have right now. We're involved with GATE Global Impact, and they are associated with icons like the UN, Microsoft for Africa, and the State Department. How better to be prepared to handle all the regulatory concerns we would have going forward. Yeah,
great infrastructure there for dealing with all of that. Joe, I want to ask you a question, more of a philosophical question, if you'd indulge me. But as you think about what you're about there and the addition of impact investing, I want to understand sort of philosophically why you care. What's the trigger for you to be interested in the well-being of people in Africa?
That's so interesting. It's so interesting. I think it's a great question. My whole 35 years experience, whether it be taking care of patients, whether it be consulting physicians and businessmen in bankruptcy and turnarounds, in financial services, and empowering them to be self-reliant, I have never been involved in any type of a project in 35 years that didn't make a difference in people's lives. GATE Global Impact, by definition, makes an impact in people's lives. So philosophically, it fits right into my whole personal philosophy and the philosophy of Investview. We empower our investors to be more self-reliant with education. We have an RIA, and we teach people to manage their money, and we manage their money. We have the Vickery Brown. We teach people about what unit investment trusts are and ETFs to get a great return on their investments. And so Gate Global Impact meets my personal philosophy. At a standard, I would, at 1 to 10, it's a 10. And because we do make a difference in people's lives. I mean, Vince's platform from the UN will have a well bringing clean water to an area of Nigeria. It may have a solar project somewhere. But the fact of the matter is, someone could get a great return on investment and also make an impact on people's lives. And that meets my personal and our company philosophy.
Oh, that's great. Vince, I want to ask you a similar question. You're a Wall Street pro of the highest order.
You're far too kind, Devin.
You could be doing anything. Why impact investing?
Well, you know what? For me, it's very simple at this point. My partner, Joe Latona, and we started this mission. We felt we had a point in time where multiple paradigms were now meeting, that we could reinvent what a rate of return meant and package it and bring it to Wall Street. Have it be an investable product that is allocated to a portfolio. It's no great mystery anymore what impact investing is. It's an asset allocation model. It's part of our mainstream portfolios. It's no longer this uncertain aspect. And if I could just touch on one point that you made earlier, Devin, the secondary trading is going to be the game changer. Now that we can integrate secondary trading on the Gate Global Impact platform, give investors liquidity in private unregistered securities, carry them in their portfolio. It's investor protection, it's job creation, it's economic prosperity, and it's delivering quantifiable good. So, we think we've got our little place in history where it can move the needle a little bit, and folks like yourself out there, all alongside us rowing the boat together, we can have a huge impact.
There's no doubt aggregating dollars is going to really matter, and the idea of creating some liquidity is really intriguing. Do you anticipate your platform would provide some indication of price? In order to trade, it must.
Absolutely. We have built out the full application now, full bids, offers, depths of market, indication of interest, bids wanted. This is going to be a vibrant secondary market. I will tell you, I believe the regulators are going to love that, investors will love that, and frankly, the issuers now have a new story to speak to about liquidity available aside from an M&A activity or the traditional trajectory for an IPO. I think it's game-changing.
It is a big game changer, a huge game changer, and it does seem to be right there in the regulation. So very interesting to see how this will roll out. We're excited to see it. Well, gentlemen, I really want to thank you both for taking the time to be with us today. Before we go, Joe, give us a little bit of an overview of how people can learn more about Investview and Gate Global Impact.
Well, I mean, if they go to our website right now, investview.com, they can learn about all of our subsidiaries, including Gate Global Impact. They can learn about Investview, our legacy educational platform, and we're really the new Investview right now, Devin. So, and it's an exciting time. Hugo said that there's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. I think we've met that criteria right now. We're really excited. And we really appreciate you giving us the opportunity.
It's a pleasure to have you. Vince, do you want to add anything before we close out?
Let's rock on. We'll be back again soon. Hopefully, Devin, I'd love the opportunity to speak with you and everybody out there at Vince Molinari. Reach out. Love to collaborate more. Let's get things going.
All righty. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate your time today, and let's do some good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Devin.